And now on BBC One, the world's first 1970s van life series, Charting Course. Incense perfumes the air on this humid and wet night as I sit now in a space that has grown to become unfamiliar to me. The smoke from the thin scented sticks...
Catherine, my love!
The smoke from the thin scented sticks to my right provides a fittingly mysterious mood. The musty haze clouding my vision and obscuring distant possessions. My presence here one of necessity, as Ulendo departed his familiar spot to travel on and be rejuvenated. It was quite the saga, but as the Mist soundtrack drones out of my stereo miner's 50-plus-year-old speakers and hums throughout my designated zone of the house I am to call home for the next estimated 6 months, I pause. I pause to ever consider that, although my most prized possession and home is far from me, he is there in good hands, hard-working, experienced hands that will rebirth my Ulendo stronger and tougher than before, so he may be ready for whatever we may in future encounter, no matter how long the progress must be made. And finally, progress was being made. In the last season of Charting Course, you may have noticed there was a theme of long and arduous inquiries going absolutely nowhere. Every restoration shop I called promised to call me back and never did. I, of course, called them back, and an amazing variety of excuses and workarounds were seemingly fabricated from thin air. Needless to say, I wasn't impressed. I was on the hunt for not only someone who was passionate about what they did, but was trustworthy and experienced enough to take on Ulendo's massive rust problem. I needed someone who was ready to answer any question I could throw at them. Someone who would work on Ulendo as hard as they would a classic car, and show me in full transparency everything that was being done to my future home on wheels. And just as I was about to give up all hope, a guy named Dan came to the rescue. First question is just, if you could, for the documentary style thing, just say, hi, my name's Dan and I'm the owner and founder of South West Kustom, something like that. Give us a...
Say Heidi.
Yeah, if you like.
Well, hi, my name's Dan. I set up South West Kustom 10 years ago now. So I tried to get a bit of a niche in the market, in this area especially, and do anything, pretty much take on stuff that a lot of people don't want. So do all the fabricating, all the welding, mainly classic cars, and the customising. I was in the trade doing body repairs on just your general cars, and then really in my area it wasn't around doing the stuff I wanted. So I just tried to set with doing it up myself. I didn't really know where it was going to go, and then it just kicked off really. What sets aside? Passion. So my passion, I love what I do, and my staff I take on, and they've got to love what they do as well. They've got to be car enthusiasts. It doesn't matter if they've got cars themselves or bikes or anything, as long as they enjoy what they do. I always write down what we do. Hours are documented, we take photos, we document on a worksheet everything that we do. You see where your money goes, and I've found a lot of places don't do that. For you generally, they do a job, you get an invoice, you know the area they've repaired or whatever they've done, you don't really know where your money goes. So I like to believe that set us aside a little bit.
Brilliant, and so how many people are there on your team?
So there's currently 3 including me. We all get on really well, we try and have a bit of fun along the way as well. When I first set up, it's funny because I was actually told I won't be able to make it work, in a sense of doing just big projects. Like I say, we got about 10 projects on the go, and we'll do, say, a week on one, a week on another, a week on another, so it's a rotation system. That's the only way we can get through all the jobs, and then we invoice each month. But a lot of people are saying that's not going to work. You're going to need your bread and butter. You're going to need little repair jobs, little corner bumpers, doors, and little bit. And I said, well, I don't think so, because as long as we're invoicing at the end of the month, it'll work. So I had a bit of a few people were saying that, so it sort of made me think, well, no, I don't think so. I'm going to prove this wrong. I like the job done right, and I think just because I've got a passion for what I do, I just enjoy it. I just enjoy my job, I enjoy my business. I just love what I've achieved here, and I love my staff.
And that passion shows. Throughout this season of Charting Course, you'll see Ulendo be resurrected from years of former owner neglect and transformed by the best, most genuine and talented team I've ever had the honour of meeting. Dan's not only taken on this project amidst his already very heavy work schedule, but he's let me visit every couple months to check out the progress and allowed me to film not just these, but a full-blown interview as well on his day off. I'm not being sponsored or asked to say any of this, so believe me when I say that, to me, South West Kustom is the gold standard epitome of the paintwork and restoration world. So, after dropping off my fuel-powered friend, I waited for the estimated cost of his repairs. And a couple of days later, I got the email. Oh god. Oh god, 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 oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. At 17:20 on this day, the 13th of September 2022, I've received the South West Kustom Reno estimate and inspection. It says estimate... I know exactly what's in the inspection, I just want to see. Estimated total £7,925. That's almost £8,000! Duct tape covering a big hole to the rear of sill. That's me. That's me. Now, I want to make it clear here that the price wasn't by any means unreasonable. I was actually expecting the estimate to be more. The worrisome face you see here was caused by the uncertainty of how I would earn that much if it had to be paid all in one go. But Dan, being the hero that he is, assured me that the work could be paid in stages, which was a massive weight off my chest.
We'll just do stage payments, so it's easier for you and it helps us.
That would be fantastic if possible, thank you, Dan. This man, he's got to be an angel in disguise, I swear. Stomaching the estimate and preparing to go ahead, I gave the one and only Deborah a call for some well-needed encouragement. Yeah.
Okay, it's your decision. If you raise your hand and think, oh God, it's just too much, and let's just have it on the drive and I'll live in it and never drive it. So if that's not how you're feeling, then just go with it, and then you're going to have to, work your butt off and pay people back who lent you the money, and you get a better job and a better paid job, and try and catch up with yourself at some time.
Yeah, of course, absolutely. In terms of him being on the drive, there's no point in me having a campervan if he's just going to be on the driveway, because the whole point in me getting Ulendo was to go travelling, and not just the whole point, it's also to live the life I want to. I think let's go for it, and if you're still happy to go for it.
Yeah, of course. From the time frame, it would be better. The longer they take, the better.
Yeah, definitely.
It gives you more time.
Anyway, I think there's no point in having Ulendo just on the driveway, rusting away and falling apart, because that would be really sad, and plus I wouldn't feel right if I weren't travelling. I want to move him, so if possible, let's just go for it, and
Let's just go for it, and we'll see what happens along the way.
Next time on Charting Course. Jokes returns for a 3-week stay as we get used to house life.
He looks like a pirate swinging into action.
We meet up with Lotta and Michael.
Okay, everyone do something theatrical!
Excited then, Lotta?
And go on an incredible adventure together to see a famous band from days past.
of a band that called themselves the New Temperance Centre.
Yes, we heard about that.
Yeah, they're out.
That's all coming up next on Charting Course.
Stay tuned, I say! Stay tuned indeed for the amazing adventures of Jokes and Master Infinity as they become the world's greatest puppeteers with both a busker organ and a whole lot of gayness. God, it's just terrible.